Plants vs. Zombies is currently $5 on Steam. You get a lot of content for $5, but like, how much? Well, let's see. In order to see all the content the game has to offer, we have to do 50 adventure levels, 20 minigames, 9 vase breakers, 9 iZombies, 10 survivals, 21 achievements, and I have to buy a lot of things from Crazy Dave's shop. So sit back, relax, because we have a lot to go over. First, let's start out with adventure mode. There are 50 levels, and it usually takes me about 5 hours on my first run. Here we go. Side note, this first playthrough of adventure mode has already been uploaded on my channel, so it's more like a walkthrough. Hey guys, I'm about to play through adventure mode in Plants vs. Zombies. First, let's set some rules. I have to use every plant at least once, not including the exclusive shop plants. If I lose once, I have to restart. And I'm going to try to use the least amount of lawnmowers as I can. Here we go. Level 1-1. This is that tutorial level that everyone's played at least once, whether it is in the Olive Garden tablets when you were 8, or just because you can't skip it when you're doing a whole playthrough like me. Well, basically, it teaches you how to plant and what pea shooters do. They shoot peas. Level 2. I got the sunflower, which basically just gives you sun, which is how you afford plants. Sun also falls from the sky occasionally. I want this to be an educational video as well, so I'll briefly describe the plants as we go along. I also have 3 rows to defend now instead of 1. Level 3. I got the cherry bomb, and it was basically the same as last level, except, boom, I have a cherry bomb this time. There are also conehead zombies this time, which just have more health. Level 4. I got the walnut, which basically just acts as a meat shield to protect your plants. I also have 5 rows to guard now, which will remain for a while. Level 5. I got the shovel, and I went bowling. Every 5 or so levels, there's a minigame to like break up the repetitiveness. The regular walnuts hit the zombies just like regular walnuts, and the red ones are like cherry bombs, they explode. Level 6. I got the potato mine. So basically, you plant a potato mine, and in like 15 seconds it sprouts. If a zombie steps on it after it sprouts, it explodes, being very useful for buying time early on. Now there's zombies, like these super annoying zombies that are jumping over my plants, and it's really annoying. Level 7. I got the snow pea. Basically, it's a regular pea shooter that slows zombies down when it hits them. I used this even on some of the last levels. Also, I'm not crazy for using 3 rows of sunflowers, right? Like, 2 feels like not enough sun, but then 3 feels like too much sun. Level 8. I got the chomper, which completely swallows a zombie, but it takes like forever to finish chewing. There's also these buckethead zombies now that are like even stronger conehead zombies. Level 9. I got the repeater, which is just a regular pea shooter, but it shoots 2 peas at a time. The zombies sent their full force, with bucketheads, coneheads, and pole vaulters. This level also had 2 waves. Basically, 1 to 3 times the level, there are like larger groups of zombies called waves or flags. There's always a wave at the end of the level. Level 10. I got a letter from the zombies. Oh yeah. This machine kept giving me plants, and I kept planting the plants. It was very easy. And by the end, it was just chaos, but yeah, I just planted the plants. Level 2-1. I got the puff shroom. The puff shroom is one of the only plants that requires 0 sun to place, and it's kind of like a short-range pea shooter. Also, you may have noticed that it's night. This means sun no longer falls from the sky, and now there's these gravestones that summon zombies on the final wave. You also can't place plants on the gravestone. That means the only way I can get sun is from my sunflowers. There are also these guys that get mad at you when you destroy their newspapers. Level 2. I got the sun shroom. The sunflower costs 50 sun to plant, or all the sun you start out with, but the sun shroom costs 25 sun, so you can place 2 at the start, but they give you less sun than the sunflower does initially. And it makes me really mad when my sun count isn't divisible by 25. But for the sake of this video, I'll use the sun shroom. Because usually I just use the sunflower during the nighttime levels. Level 3. I got the fume shroom, which can shoot through screen doors and can hit multiple zombies at the same time. Also, this is one of my favorite plants. I don't know why. It's just something about how it looks or something. I don't know. Level 4. I got the grave buster, which can remove graves. Oh no, the pole vaulters are back. Level 5. I got the almanac, which is to keep track of your plants and what zombies you've encountered. I played whack-a-mole with the zombies. I've done this a few times on touchscreen, and it is way harder on computer, especially when you're using a touchpad. Because I don't have my mouse right now, because it's at my other house. Also, can we just talk about the fact that they gave me such a huge mouse for no reason? Level 6. I got the hypno shroom. When a zombie tries eating a hypno shroom, they change directions and fight for your team. I used the hypno shroom on a football player zombie because there's no way I'm killing that. Basically, the football player is just like a faster bucket head. Level 7. I got the scaredy shroom. It's just like a pea shooter, but it hides in its shell whenever a zombie gets close. Level 8. I got the ice shroom, which temporarily freezes everything for a few seconds. There's also these dancer zombies now that summon more dancing zombies. I was able to hypno shroom the main dancer, and it basically just clears 3 rows for me. Level 9. I got the doom shroom, which is basically just like a mega cherry bomb that leaves a crater wherever it explodes. This is the strongest, like, one-shot plant in the entire game. Level 10. The zombies gave me another letter. Like level 10 last time, I kept getting plants from a machine, and it was really easy. Level 3-1. I got the lily pad, which lets me place plants on the pool. Oh yeah, did I mention there's a pool now? Now that it's daytime, all of the shrooms I got, just like in the last 10 levels, will not work. Also, there's 6 lanes at the defend now. Level 2. I got the squash, which just like stomps on a zombie. Squashers are very useful for taking out strong enemies at a cheap cost of 50 sun. Level 3. I got the 3-peater, which shoots a pea to the left, right, and straight. It just makes more sense if you see it for yourself. Now there's these zombies that go under the water and can only be hit when eating a plant. Level 4. I got the tangle kelp, which is basically just the water version of a squash. Level 5. I unlocked access to Crazy Dave's shop. I played a minigame where, guess what? A machine gives me plants, and I planted the plants. The zombies were smaller and faster this time, though, so at least there's something different. Level 6. I got the jalapeno, which clears an entire row. Now there's a Zamboni zombie that drives a Zamboni, and it runs over your plants if you don't kill it fast enough. Level 7. I got the spikeweed, which just pops Zamboni tires and also hurts zombies when they walk on it. Level 8. I got the torchwood. Any peas that pass through it are lit on fire and do more damage. There are also these very annoying dolphin riding zombies now that like jump over your plants. Yeah, they're like a water version of the pole vaulter. Level 9. I got the tall nut, which is just a walnut, but it's a tall nut. And it can't be jumped or vaulted over. That's also kind of important. Level 10. I got yet another note from the zombies. Take a guess what the minigame was. I got plants from a machine and I planted the plants. It was pretty easy. Level 4-1. I got the sea shroom, which is basically just a puff shroom before the water. Also, it's nighttime again and there's fog that makes it hard to see where the zombies are. There are also these zombies with a jack-in-the-box that explode your plants if you let them crank it for too long. Level 2. I got the plantern, which removes fog in a general area. That's a lot better. Level 3. I got the cactus, which is just like a pea shooter, but they can shoot flying balloon zombies. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there's flying balloon zombies now. Level 4. I got the blower, which blows away balloon zombies and temporarily blows away the fog. Level 5. I got a taco, and Crazy Dave gave me $1,000 for it. I got to smash some vases, and rather gave me a plant or release a zombie. Sometimes there were these like green vases that guaranteed a plant, but I think there should be gray ones that guarantee zombies. It was pretty easy though. Level 6. I got the split pea, which shoots forwards and backwards. This is really only useful for killing these mining zombies that dig under your plants and eat them from behind. Besides for these guys, I don't know why you'd ever use them. Level 7. I got the star fruit, which shoots stars in a very weird and specific direction. I never really like these plants, I don't know why, they just like never shoot the way I want them to. Level 8. I got the pumpkin, which acts as a protective shield that you can put around the plant. I like using pumpkins with my plantains to keep them safe. They also go well with tall nuts to make like a double protective shield. Level 9. I got the magnet shroom, which pulls any metal objects away from zombies. This works well with buckethead football zombies and many others. Level 10. I got a letter from the zombies again. I got plants from a machine. Wait, I didn't just get plants from a machine for once. I got plants from a machine, and it's dark. I'm able to see whenever lightning strikes, and it's just how I'm able to see. And I was hoping to see the Yeti zombie that has a chance to appear on this level, but it never showed up. Level 5-1. I got the cabbage pole, which launches cabbage at an angle appropriate for the roof. Or basically, a roof pea shooter. Oh yeah, did I mention we're on the roof now? Now you have to place your plants in these flower pots, kind of like how you needed to place your plants on lily pads in the pool levels. It's daytime again, so I get sun from the sky now. Level 2. I got the flower pot, which allows you to place plants on the roof. There's also these bungee zombies that steal your plants, and they're really annoying. Level 3. I got the kernel pole, which chucks corn at the zombies and will occasionally throw butter, which like stuns them. There are also these fast zombies with ladders that will place their ladders on, over your walnuts, if you have any. Level 4. I got the coffee bean. This allows me to use mushroom plants during the day, at the cost of another seed slot and 75 sun, though. I think it was hinting at me to use the magnet shroom, so that's what I did. Level 5. I unlocked the Zen garden, and I grew 2 flowers. I played a minigame where, guess what? A conveyor belt gave me plants, but this time though, it was mostly chompers. Level 6. I got garlic. When bitten by a zombie, the zombie switches lanes. There's also these guys that look like my PE teacher that catapult coconuts onto my plants. Level 7. I got the umbrella leaf, which protects nearby plants from the bungee zombies. I don't really know what else to say about this level. It's kind of just a regular level. Level 8. I got the marigold, which occasionally gives me coins. Do I have to use this? Well, I put it in my selection and I just never placed it. And by the way, there's a gargantuar zombie now. To kill a gargantuar, you need 2 one-shot plants, or you can just do a lot of damage with your regular plants. Also, he throws his child when he gets to half health, and he smashes your plants with electricity poles. Level 9. I got the melon pole, which costs a heavy 300 sun, but deals some heavy damage. They really sent the whole army at me. Bucketheads, ladder zombies, gargantuars, and even my PE teacher. I did end up using the marigold. Level 10. We got our final message from the zombies, and I got plants from a conveyor belt for the last time. There's also just a giant robot standing there. The robot smashed my plants with a car twice. How I beat him is basically every now and then he would just lean over and kind of sit there while my plants attacked him. He would also shoot either a fire or ice ball, and I would have to respond accordingly. After a while, I did enough damage and he just fell apart, and I got a trophy. This video took a long time to make, so please like and subscribe, which does not take a while to make. I would love to hear any other video ideas in the comments. Thanks for watching. Side note again, I promise for the last time this video, I promise. I also uploaded a video on my channel where I ranked the minigames from worst to best. So I beat most of the minigames while making that video, and there were still some minigames I did not beat, so we'll beat those after the video. Plants vs. Zombies is known for its adventure mode, where you defend your house from the zombies. But there's a lesser known feature in Plants vs. Zombies, minigames. So today, we're ranking every minigame from worst to best. But first, we need to define what a good minigame is. A good minigame is unique, perpetual, meaning I could play it forever, and fun, which is probably the most subjective attribute. With that being said, let's start the ranking. Starting out at last place, we have Bobsled Bonanza. So basically, you get like 15 seconds to set up, and then hordes of bobsled zombies come at the house. They just don't give you enough time to set up. Is there a strategy I don't know about or something? Anyways, Bobsled Bonanza is kind of hard and just not that fun. At 19th place, we have Pogo Party. Similar to Bobsled Bonanza, they just don't give you enough time to set up. There's also just not really anything fun about it. Pogo Party is also one of the only minigames that I didn't beat while making this video. At 18th, we have Begooled Twist. It's like one of those puzzle games, but the way it twists just does not make sense in my brain. So I just randomly click and hope I find a match. At 17th place, we have Singing Stars. In Singing Stars, it's just a regular level, but to beat it, you have to place stars in a star pattern. It's just a very weird game and I don't find it very fun. At 16th, we have Zombaquarium. This one was kind of hard to rank because the rest of the minigames are all somewhat enjoyable. So in this game, you have to feed these zombies, and the zombies give you sun. Each brain costs 5 sun, which is like their food, and each zombie costs 100 sun. Once you get to 1000 sun, you win. It's alright, but definitely not top 15. What is in the top 15 though, is Portal Combat. So basically, there are these portals that switch places every now and then. When a projectile goes through the portal, it goes through the corresponding portal. It's an okay game, but I would never choose to play it. At 14th place, we have Zombie Nimble, Zombie Quick. The only catch to this minigame is that everything is sped up. It's very stressful sometimes, but it's also sort of fun sometimes. At 13th, we have Big Trouble, Little Zombie. The zombies are just smaller and faster, that's really it. I wish they gave a wider selection of plants though. There's only pea shooters, walnuts, and cherry bombs. And lily pads. At 12th place, we have Invisigoal. In this game, the zombies are invisible and you have to tell where they are by clues like audio. It's not boring, but it's not that fun either. At 11th, we have Slot Machine. You use a slot machine to get plants and sun. Once you get to 2000 sun, you win. Sometimes you'll have very bad luck, and sometimes you'll have very good luck. I may be a little biased towards this game because I get a lot of diamonds from the machine, but it doesn't feel right putting a completely luck-based game in top 10. What does deserve top 10 though is Dr. Zomboss's Revenge. It's just the final boss of the game. At 9th place, we have Call 'em Like You See 'em. In this game, whenever you plant a plant, it does the entire column. It's pretty fun, but not as fun as some of the others. At 8th, we have Begooled. This is just Begooled Twist, but it doesn't hurt your brain as much. It's like one of those mobile games where you have to match the candies or whatever. Also, did you know this game came from Bejeweled, a game that PopCat made a while before Plants vs. Zombies? At 7th place, we have Whack-A-Zombie. I was about to say Whack-A-Mole. You have a mallet and you just whack the zombies. I find it kind of hard on computer, but I find it really easy on touchscreen. You already play this in adventure mode, so I don't really see much of a reason to put it in the minigame section. At 6th, we have It's Raining Seeds. In this game, plants randomly fall from the sky, and I think it's pretty fun with a random assortment of plants you get. At 5th place, we have Zombotany. In this game, the zombies have plants for their heads. This makes it pretty hard to get set up, but it's fun to defend against plants instead of zombies. At 4th, we have Zombotany 2. It's the same as last game, but there's more and stronger plant zombies. At 3rd place, the bronze trophy goes to Walnut Bowling. It's pretty simple, you knock over zombies by rolling walnuts. It's just a classic minigame and I think it deserves 3rd place. At 2nd place, the silver trophy goes to Last Stand. You try to survive as long as possible and it's pretty fun to make up your own strategies. I love Last Stand and it was really close to 1st place. At 1st place, the golden trophy goes to Walnut Bowling 2. It's Walnut Bowling 1, but with more types of zombies, and there's also these giant walnuts that I love to just like trample an entire line with. It's just really satisfying. Last Stand was very close to 1st place, but I think I like Walnut Bowling 2 a little bit more.
So there are still some mini games I have to beat, so let's do it. Thanks Poppy for mentioning the strategy, it's worked very well. That was a hint to leave a comment on this video, by the way, so yeah, do that. I also still have to beat Pogo Party, Zombotany 2, and Dr. Zomboss's Revenge. I found Pogo Party much easier with the Imitator. For Zombotany 2, I just used a lot of pea shooters and tall nuts. And for Dr. Zomboss's Revenge, well, it's just the final boss of the game, and that knocks out the minigames. Next is puzzles. These get pretty repetitive, so I'll just go over some favorites. Chain reaction was pretty cool. Sometimes Jack-in-the-Box zombie would explode, revealing another Jack-in-the-Box zombie that would then explode, and it's a chain reaction. And they would just, they would reveal a lot of vases. For iZombie, Can You Dig It is fun. You use the digging zombies to get behind the plants and clear an entire row. There's also All Your Brains Belong to Us. You get a lot of options, but there's also a lot of plants. That knocks out puzzles. Well, for now at least. Now let's talk about survival. Survival is the only thing in Plants vs. Zombies that I've just never really felt like doing before. I know how it works, but it's just never seemed too appealing to me. Anyways, I'll just go over my setups for each survival. And by the way, there are 11 survivals, 5 being easy and 5 being hard, and also 1 being endless. For day, I use repeaters and torchwoods like this. For night, I use gloom shrooms, garlics, and repeaters. For pool, I use repeaters and torchwood again. For fog, I used a variety of plants like this. And for roof, I used magnets, melons, and snow peas like this. That's enough with survival for now. We'll come back to that later. During all of this gameplay, I've gotten 10 achievements, and there are 21 achievements, so I have about half of them. Some achievements made this challenge so much harder. For example, there's a stupid tree that I have to grow to 100 feet. And the food costs 2,500 coins each. And I need 100 of those. So almost all the coins I gain for the rest of this challenge go to the tree food. I have to get to level 5-1 in adventure mode again to get the next 6 achievements. I basically have to beat the entire game again. I won't bore you with another playthrough of adventure mode, so I'll just show you how I got the achievements. I got Sunny Days by stalling the last zombie in the level and just planting a ton of sunflowers. I got Good Morning by using Scaredy Shrooms in the backline. I then got to the night levels where I could get the next achievement, No Fungus Among Us. For this achievement, I can't place any mushrooms, so basically the opposite of the last achievement. Oh yeah, wait, what? Why did I get it? Well, it turns out, I placed 1 magnet shroom without even thinking about it. I knew there were no bucket heads or screen doors that it could even affect, and the magnet shroom doesn't even look like a mushroom. There's no way that's a mushroom. Anyways, thanks Crazy Dave for choosing that. Anyways, I just got on the next level. Once I reached the pool, I was able to unlock the next achievement. I just can't use any type of pea shooter. I kind of forgot that the first zombie existed, so I just took the lawnmower. I used corn and starfruit, and it wasn't too difficult. And then like 20 levels later, I could get the next achievement, Cryptozombologist. I just need the Yeti to show up. Yes, let's go. It came in the top lane and dropped 5,000 coins. Yay, 2 feet for the tree. And 1 level later, I could get grounded. I can't use any catapults, and it wasn't too bad. Now let's go back to survival again. This time, there are 10 flags instead of 5, and the zombies are stronger. I'll just go over my strategies like last time. For day, it got a little rough near the end, but I was able to win. I used garlic, gloom shrooms, and cob cannons mainly. For night, I used a lot of different plants like this. For pool, I used starfruit, cob cannons, and winter melons like this, and the same for fog. For roof, I used winter melons, cob cannons, and gloom shrooms like this. And now, I can finally claim the golden sunflower trophy, which is also an achievement. I accumulated some coins from all those survivals, so I bought some tree food and it told me I was halfway there. Now, I have to get a streak of 15 in Vase Breaker. It took me a lot of attempts, but once I discovered that if I can stack all the zombies in the lane like this, I can kill all the zombies in that lane with 1 squash. Next, I have to get a streak of 10 in iZombie. There's a lot of RNG involved, but I had a good run going and I was able to get a streak of 10. I now have 2 achievements left. The Stupid Tree and surviving 20 flags in Survival Endless. Survival Endless always got harder on flag 14 when the Digger Zombies and Giga Gargantuars are introduced. By the way, Giga Gargantuars have double the health of regular Gargantuar. And regular Gargantuars take 2 one-shots to kill. I eventually found a setup that worked. I used melons, gloom shrooms, and pumpkins like this. It was really stressful, but it worked. Now all I have left to do is to grow this stupid tree to 100 feet. I had some duplicate plants in my Zen garden, and Crazy Dave buys fully grown plants for 8,000 coins. So I just sold some duplicates, but that was still not enough. I needed about 20,000 more coins, so I played Survival Endless to get some more coins, and I can now finally grow the stupid tree. That was Adventure Mode, 20 minigames, 18 puzzles, 10 survivals, and 21 achievements. This video took weeks to make, so please do the very quick favor of liking and subscribing. Thank you guys for 100 subscribers, and at the time of recording this, it's actually 200. So thank you guys so much. This video was for you guys.